Welcome everyone. We are excited to have you all here. We'll wait a minute or so just for everyone to hop on and then we can get started with the webinar. Hi everyone, and welcome to our June customer workshop where we will be doing a walkthrough of the admin panel on RepSpark. My name is Katie McQuaig and I'm an account manager here at RepSpark. Today we will also have Claire Nash, a senior account manager here at RepSpark, on the call, who will be doing a live demo of our admin panel and the best practices within the admin panel. Following that, we will have a live Q&A session, so please feel free to drop any questions you have while Claire is demoing, and then you can continue those questions after the demo and we will run through all of those questions on a live Q&A. And then this is an opportunity to further connect with our RepSpark team. So we'll be sharing strategies to best optimize your RepSpark site, how to effectively use RepSpark's features, hold that live Q&A, and a whole lot more. So now I will hand it over to Claire for the live demo of the admin panel.
Hi, everyone. How are you? So hopefully nice to chat with people today. So like Katie said, please leave comments in the chat section. But as you see, I have a demo account for RepSpark pulled up, and everyone on the call, just to note, you're probably going to hear me say this 10 times, but every site is different. But what we are demonstrating today, you will need admin privileges. So if you're a sales rep, you will not be able to see what we are looking at today. You have to have admin. So I'm going to jump in. So I am logged on to my home page, and I'm going to hit the admin button and then go straight to the admin panel. And from here, we're just going to review a few things. This actually, I'm going to try not to talk too much because there are so many tabs and this could take an hour and we don't want that for today. So what we're going to do is highlight some of the most important ones just for today of the brand your site, community, the configure tab, and then we're going to jump down to messaging. So just really quickly, this dashboard is a great place to just see a quick user count total, sales. You can toggle from 30 days to 60 days. You can see which ones are your top catalog views, and then as well as how many people have requested you on the community and your approval rate. You'll see that this pink banner, because this is a demo site, this site is not viewable on the community, and we'll jump into that when we get to the community tab. So I'm going to start with the brand your site tab. So we get a lot of questions, Katie and I, about how to make your site look better. You have access just from your desktop and from this admin panel to update a lot of things on your live site. So most importantly, your logo. And if you do, like we said, all sites are different. If you have different brands or divisions, you can have a different logo for every single one of them. Another tip for the brand your site and the community tab is if you need sizing, hover over the the tooltip, and you will get target resolution and the maximum size for every image. So if you'd like to scroll down for this tab, for the brand your site tab, we have logo, and you just click the upload new, and you can add it from your desktop, from your computer, from a drive. And then the next one we're going to talk in is the login page background. So if you notice this example, we always recommend using a wide shot because you will have the logo square right here. So if your image, you can try to use a wide shot so your beautiful imagery isn't being blocked. But again, tool tip for size, upload. Right here, the cover image, this is for the cover of assortments. So you can add your assortment covers here, and assortments are our digital line sheets. And you also can add it from the marketing tab, but this is just a quick place where you can upload an assortment. And then the thank you modal image, again, check your size, upload from your computer. And then from here, you can go and build your branded landing page builder. And that was the home screen that we started on. So that is a quick overview for the brand your site tab. And now we're going to quickly go to the community tab. So another thing I want to mention, you'll see that this pink banner is saying that this brand is not visible on the community. If I wanted to turn that on, all I would have to do is toggle this green tab over like that. And now my site is active on the community. So you do not need to call customer support. You can do that yourself just by using this toggle. Another thing I want to stress about the community tab, and this is just a great place to see clicks and impressions. But once you go down here, your company profile, all of this information is public facing. So before you have approved a customer, they are going to see this information. So it's very important, and we really stress for some of our established brands that might have not set this up in the beginning to go back and update. So when a retailer joins the RepSpark community, they're able to look at our community and hover over your tile and see this basic information. So we want to make sure that this information is correct. Your address, the support email or whatever email you'd like, and your phone number. The next thing we're going to do is talk about the verticals. This is a way that you can be searched in the RepSpark community. And all you have to do is just individually add how you'd like to be able to be searched. So if I want to be able to be searched by golf, women's, and footwear, all I have to do is add, and then as always, click save. And now if someone is searching for women's golf footwear, I am searchable. Next thing is the company description. And again, you can use this tooltip, but this is just a great place to give your message, maybe your brand message, or a little bit of information that you might want to tell your prospective customers. You also can set a public digital catalog from whatever you have available. And just remember, this is public before a customer's approved, so you might want to hide pricing if that is sensitive for you guys. And just anytime you update, click save. And now I want to take a minute I like to say the most important image on RepSpark. So the company cover image is what we call our tile. So this is the face of your brand. If someone joins the community, if they're not approved, if somebody is searching your brand name, this is what they see. So please make sure that it is your current brand marketing, the face of your brand, and what you would like to see retailers to see. So as always, you can hover over the tooltip. And then right here, this is our featured cover image. If you are interested in that, you can contact your account manager. This is a featured spot in our community. And then just like I mentioned, the public digital catalog, you can also upload a PDF catalog, which again, you don't have to be approved, but this will be visible. Down here, this is a newer feature that some of our more established brands haven't used yet, but this is a QR code that you can print, copy, send out, use at trade shows. And this QR code will take you directly to your site. So it's great. We've had a lot of brands use them at trade shows, print them out. So if a retailer is walking by, they can quickly scan the QR code and request access. And this is, again, for if you have different divisions. So I'm going to skip that. But another thing I'd love for people to update, because Katie and I are constantly seeing this is not updated, but this is your reseller program details. You can just answer these simple questions with drop downs. And then this bottom, more details, is you can add any website link if you have a wholesale page, but this is just giving your retailers as much information as possible. So that was a lot for the community tab. If there's any questions, please feel free to add them in the chat. But we are going to skip to the configure site tab. This is where most of the information is. And there's a lot. So there is no possible way we can get through this today. So as always, I recommend contacting your account manager and setting up a meeting. And we actually can do site reviews and go through line by line, click by click. But just to start, again, every site is different. If you have any customizations or, different configurations that may be in setup, or maybe some of these don't apply to you, but you are able to configure your site without custom work, without dev work, and really without contacting your account manager or our support team, just by this configure site. And so each box controls a different section. So as you see, this box is product. This is our PFAS products. We do have this feature. Product pop-up, that is when you are in the product page, how an actual product is viewed. You can change this to cart, the review page, and customer service queue. If you don't want to enable this, you can just go like that and turn off the customer service queue. But every single section controls a different area. So this one is order header, order types, minimum shipping. You can set this right here. So this is actually viewable in the order header. And then the My Orders tab, CCH tool, that's a little bit more complicated. Microsite setup. We do have a Google Analytics setup. And then this is a messaging banner down here. And then before we go all the way back to the top, I want to mention this product messaging, because there's two areas for product messaging right here, and then we'll jump into the messaging tab. But this is a super great feature, and it will notify users if you've left an order in draft status. So you can select your sales rep or your customer, and then you can choose when they will be notified. So think about if you're shopping on Nordstrom's.com, Nordstrom's is going to send you an email that says, you've abandoned your cart, you've left some items in your cart, would you like to check out? We are doing the exact same thing. And you can decide, do I want to send this email 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours? And then the frequency of how many times you're going to set the reminder. So we really recommend setting this up. It's just a great tool to remind customers and sales reps if they've left an order in draft status. So I'm going to go back up to the top and talk about a couple key features. Again, a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory. List view if you're showing the retail price. But again, please book a meeting with your account manager for more detailed. But for every section, you can hover on the tooltip and it will give you a short description of what it is. But a few most commonly asked things, and this is something, again, no custom work, is what do you want to do if you want to hide your true inventory? So let's say we don't want our customers to see true inventory over 100 units. All I have to do is select this box and then write my number. So I'm going to do over 100 units. My true inventory will be masked with the infinite inventory symbol. So this requires no custom work. It is a one-click process. And then, as always, just click Save. The next thing I want to talk about in this section is featured assortment. So what this means is if you would like to merchandise your site. So let's say when you're on the products page, currently the way that RepSpark works is we merchandise the site in alphanumeric order based on your style numbers. but you want to show your, summer 2025 line first, or maybe you want to show your ATS first, whatever collection you want to show first, all you have to do is make an assortment and assign it right here. So this is a super easy, quick way to merchandise your site in a matter of 3 clicks. So right now I have my summer bestsellers merchandised first. So I do, oh, that is great feedback if we want to pop that question up. So Nina said the infinite symbol is often confused to be a 0 as it is so small. Just some feedback if you can make it bigger. That is great feedback. I am one of those people that I have my screen on 125 because I don't have the best eyes, but that is great feedback. We will pass that along to our product team. So the next section I want to quickly talk about is the cart section. So this section is obviously very important. It is the shopping cart, it's the shopping bag, and you can choose to show all of these fields. A few things I wanted to mention is validate order for inventory. For larger brands, check with your account manager and they'll check with your setup if this is hard-coded or not. But let's say you want your admins to order at a negative, you can just unclick this. But what I wanted to show is this is another one-click option of show discounting elements. So instead, I know, our larger brands have a lot of customizations, but if you want your sales reps or admins, and again, if I didn't mention this, I can't remember, everything is role-based. So by clicking these boxes, you're allowing the admin role, the manager role, the customer service role, the sales role, or the customer, AKA retailer role to do these things. So let's talk about discounting. For this site, we have admin, manager, and customer service are actually allowed to give a discount within the cart. We do not allow reps and we do not allow customers, obviously, to give a discount. But if you want to allow certain reps to give discounts, all you have to do is click this box. And then for the last section of this cart section, what I want to talk about is minimum order quantity. This is, again, does not need to be customized, but let's say for your customers, and this is role. So we could say that admins, sales reps, customer, they can order any quantity anytime. But for retailers, they have to order at least 5 units or $100. So you can choose if you want to do it by units, if you want to do it by dollars, if it's 12 units, or if it is $100, this is all customizable to you. One thing to note, this is not per SKU, it is for cart total. So if I was to put 12, that's 12 units in the whole cart. And then let's just say I don't want to do any dollar. I'm just going to say my cart has to have 12 units for a customer to check out. I'm going to click save. So if they do try to check out with less than 12 units, they will get a little message pop up that just says our minimum order quantity is 12 units. Please add more units and continue shopping. So that is the cart section. I know it's a lot to cover. This is your review page. Please double check, make sure you have the correct customer service email. You can choose to add a rep's email as well. And then there's just lots of options you have right here. But since we're kind of getting late on time, the last thing I want to talk about in this section is the order header. So as you all know, the order header is when you click the orange RepSpark Start Order button. And you can customize your order header right here with, again, just 1 or 2 clicks. So we have the ability to allow drop shipping, and you can show country, you can show phone number, and all of this, again, is customizable by role. So I definitely encourage you to review all of these options. You know, we have from cancel date to different roles can modify shipping to modifying terms, adding comments if you want your PO required, if we want to show the customer discount. And then we even have default order types right here. So this is a great section to review. And now I'm going to skip to the messaging tab because there's a lot more in this. And like I said, definitely book a meeting with your account manager and we can schedule a full hour to go through everything click by click. But I'm going to skip over to the messaging tab. So this feature has changed recently in RepSpark. And what I want to make sure that everyone is aware of is now on a personal basis, customers, sales reps can adjust their notifications. And we'll show that really quickly. But the things that you want to make sure that you do have checked is if you would like to offer product restock notifications, check this button, as well as that abandoned cart. So this will enable it site-wide. So make sure as an admin, you have your site configured so we can utilize these features. If you scroll down here, if we have the RepSpark Pay feature, these are all notifications regarding that. And then internal notifications, just want to remind everyone what this means is if you add an email to this order submitted section, that means that every single order, regardless of the rep, will be sent to this email. So definitely use that with caution if you have, you know, an order at repspark.com or your brand name. This middle one, user access request. This is for when somebody requests access, this email will be notified. And then obviously order export sync failed. Make sure you have proper email right there. So I am going to go back to the admin panel and I see a question. Can I add an order type if I wanted to mark it to say something different? So with order types, you can label it. It depends what tier you are on. So here's our order type section. You can label it whatever you'd like, but the back end of how it's going to sync to whatever your ERP is, because we have some customers that, you know, are on Shopify, some customers that use more traditional ERPs like NetSuite. But as far in RepSpark, you can change the name. It's just going to, and I'm going to quickly share another tab. It just might not be sent to your ERP. But you can change the name. So I could change at once feature. This is just for this one. I could add a new order type. And when you click add new order type, you'll see all of the questions you're going to fill out. And for this demo site, I have, you know, I have different brands, I have divisions, so it's not a good place to demo it, but that's definitely something to follow up with, Hannah, for adding an order type. And you'll be able to see that in the order header. So I am going to go back to the admin panel. I see the question from Remy. Can we edit these emails? Not currently. You cannot edit emails currently. That would be a customization. But that might be something in the future that I think we might be working on. So Lisa, quick question regarding manage users. I've noticed that when we invite new users to activate an account for our brand, the auto populate message is no longer there and we have to type it in every invitation now. Oh, I didn't notice that, Lisa, but we did change a lot with our notifications and people didn't like our general messaging, but I'll check on that in the manage user tab. I'm not quite sure, But that is a good call out. We'll make sure we note that and get back to you. So let's jump. Did we go to the messaging tab? Yes, we did. Okay, so, oh, this just changed. Okay, so Lisa mentioned that the messaging did just change in the past 2 weeks. I will definitely check with the product team about that. But that is all for today of demoing, because there's so many clicks, features, buttons. We really encourage you to contact myself, Katie. You can find our emails when we send out this recording. And you always can use our support email as well. But if there's any questions, please throw them up. And I'm happy to keep demonstrating. I was glad that the questions were coming in kind of as we were demoing, but I can throw my screen up again for any questions regarding the admin panel. There's a lot more buttons, a lot more tabs, but like we said, we don't want to overwhelm and take too much time of your mornings. So do we see any other questions coming through? I don't see anything else coming through. Feel free to keep typing, but I'm going to pass it over to Katie.
Yeah, if you guys, like Claire said, if any questions come up, or if you just want to dive deeper into the admin panel, you can reach out to Claire or I. If for some reason we haven't been in contact with you guys, just reach out. If you need to reach out to the support channel or whoever, it'll be rerouted to us. We'd be happy to do a more detailed walkthrough for each of you guys. If we don't have any more questions as of now, we can wait a couple minutes. I'll wrap up, but then if anything comes in, we can get back to it. But thank you, Claire, for the demo, and thank you all for joining us today. We will be sending you a recording of today's workshop and instructions on how to access some additional resources on RepSpark. And we also have these videos on our YouTube channel for you guys to have as a quick reference for both you and your internal teams. And we hope to see you at next month's workshop to continue maximizing your selling experience on RepSpark. And if you guys have anything specific that you would think would be great or you would like to see covered on these workshops, again, feel free to reach out to Claire or I directly. We always love the input, and it's nice to know what our brands actually want to see from us. So if there are no more questions, I guess we can end for today, and we'll see you guys all next month.
And I did want to add, sorry, Katie, back to Hannah's question about the order types. Please reach out, because we can walk you through and make sure you're doing it properly. That's something we're happy to do. I'm just looking at any other questions if I was answering them too quickly. But please reach out for that type of help. And then my last public service announcement, please update your branding. Please check on the Brand Your Site and Community tab. Make sure your images are up to date. It's super quick, super easy, and just makes the site so much more visually pleasing. So thanks, everybody.